Okay, so today, blessings follow you. Glory of God fall on you. Protection from above fall on you. I want us to take a moment and honor those victims that has passed away because of COVID-19. You and I are here. We can't do nothing but let the blessings of God fall on us. We can cheat God, so we're gonna stay safe. We're gonna follow the rules. We're gonna stay indoors. We're gonna do what the CDC is asking us to do. One, you have your temperature that is very ongoing, it's not stopping. That's indication that you need to get tested. You have new consistent cough, persistent cough that is not going away, get tested. Difficulty breathing, fever, difficulty breathing, coughing, consistent and new and consistent cough that is not going away. Get tested. Isolate yourself. Don't get others infected with it. Help us help you. Help the care providers, help the nurses, help the doctors so they can stay healthy and help you. Disclose any recent travel to every care provider, every medical professional. You have to go and seek help care from. Okay, guys? And let the blessings of God fall on everybody. Listen, what are you doing to keep your boredom away? Get fresh air daily. If you can walk out, get your windows open. As I'm talking to you right now today, all my windows are open. We have ventilation coming in and one going out. If you're a healthcare provider, use the airborne and droplet precautions with every patient you encounter, regardless of whether they are confirmed as positive with COVID-19 or not. Please, every encounter of patient you have, use airborne and droplet precautions with your encounter with them. That protects you and also protects them. Just in case you have it, reverse isolation that we use with patients that have cancer and are on chemo and radiation therapy. We want to use reverse isolation. So let's say you have it, you want to protect them. Let's say they have it, you want to protect you. So please use isolation measures, regardless of whether you know their status or not. Okay, so that being said, today's topic is going to focus on overcoming parental alienation. How to reconnect with your kids. You have dealt with parental alienation all your life. It's crazy. I have been there. Yes, I'm going to tell you some specific things, specific examples, things that my kids were told, how I respond. I'm sure you have heard of them in previous videos, but this is going to be specific again to reinforce this topic. So what are some of the things we can do? I chose this topic today because I feel like COVID-19 has gotten parents stuck at home with their kids. It could be the alienating parent. If you're an alienating parent, look up my other videos, look at the tactics that alienating parents use and try to desist from it. If you are here stuck at home with a child that is having alienating syndrome, parental alienation syndrome, and you being the targeted parent in this parental alienation cycle, vicious cycle, how to reconnect with your kids that I did that were helpful, that's making me smile with you today. Yes, so let's get it. Things you can do to help your relationship become healthy again with your child. So I became an overcomer of parental alienation due to some of these strategies I used, and these are evidence that I have gathered from researchers. So these are practical measures. One thing we have to know is parental alienation syndrome. Parental alienation or parental alienation syndrome is not a phenomenon that have treatment for it. It can get to a point where the anger, the anxiety and stuff could be managed by seeking to go to therapy, parenting classes and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, knowing about this Desisting from these behaviors is what will bring sanity again to everybody involved. Parental alienation that affects the child, the parents, all, and even extended family members. It causes strained relationships that can last a lifelong. And that is why it's important that we know about it so we can start desisting from these behaviors. These tips I'm going to discuss are very important. Very important. They were helpful to me. That's why today I'm here. I still don't have custody, like I tell you, but my kids have been living with me 9 months straight, consistently, uninterrupted. The attacks are coming, but we're still going strong. Okay, so parental alienation, like we said, there's no treatment in the family, or you can get family therapy, you can get parenting classes done, but most of the time that don't help, because here you are sending an alienating parent to go for a parenting class. What is he going to do? He's just going to sit down there and yeah, and that's it, right? Can you imagine trying to parent a child who has been conditioned into believing you are a bad or a worst parent ever? That can be very challenging. What do you do when your child appears to hate you or refuses to see you? How do you go about that? So what I want to tell you is strategies you can use to change the perception the kids were brainwashed, manipulated, psychologically groomed to have about you. That's what we are going to focus on today. So if you are new, this channel is focusing on parental alienation, and again, for the newcomers purposes, parental alienation is a phenomenon where you see one parent in a highly litigated or highly conflict divorce situations, 10 children or a child against one parent. The alienating parent is the parent that the perpetrator, the most dangerous person in the situation. The victims are somewhat the targeted parent. Most important victim here is the children. You are turning children to hate one parent, meanwhile you are turning that child against themselves. Because the impact don't only affect the targeted parent, eventually it affects you, the alienating parent also. It also affects everybody around those children. The schools, their friends, it affects a lot of their relationships, social behaviors, educational, academic growth, developmental growth, it gets altered. So that is parental alienation. Focus today, like I said, is on how you can cope, how you can turn things around and enhance your relationship as a targeted parent, how targeted parents can respond to this situation. So first of all, would you address an accusation that you are a murderer, you killed somebody? Would you address it? Especially when it comes to your children, especially when it comes to the most important assets in your life. Would you do that? I think it's important to do that, because not doing that makes the kids to believe what they've been said about you, confused, like, oh, silent means consent. No, they said that we have to address these allegations in a more meaningful way. Okay, they said that number one, address lies and bad mouthing. Address lies and bad mouthing using conversational wisdom. To say nothing is not the way to go in the face of bad mouthing. To say nothing to the children or not address the things that they are being told about you is the wrong way to go. Okay, this will do the targeted parent huge disservice. Okay, rather, targeted parents must stand up to propaganda. You wouldn't smile and say nothing if you were accused of murder, would you? I said that. Would you? No. You want to address that, right? You definitely want to address that. You understand? So I will tell you an instance in my situation. There was an instance where my kids, right, they were made to watch a video that says that was about a woman that cheated on the husband. Excuse me, guys. A woman cheated on the husband, and as a result of her cheating on the husband, they got a divorce, and a lot of things followed up, and the kids went through a lot of hell, a lot of undesired circumstances as a result of the situation. What picture is the alienating parent painting, wanting the kids to see about him versus the targeted parent? I am the targeted parent, and you are showing them a video of a woman that cheated on the husband. When the kids came, and then you told them that their mother is the one that wanted a divorce. Their mother didn't love them. My kids were told their mother didn't love you, and so she cheated and didn't want you and wanted a divorce and this and that. Guys, how do you address such a thing? In this instance, I don't touch on the topic, but I touch on the fact that, listen, when you come to me, do you meet me with a man? The kids will answer it themselves. How long has this been going on? Have you ever come to me and you never spent a night in the same shelter with me, ever? No. Did that happen? No. Have you ever been with me and you had to stay by yourself without an adult supervision? No, even at their ages now. You understand? So, after I asked them certain questions, when you were with your father, in your father's house, who did you live with? Who spends nights with you? Who spends the day with you? You understand? These things will make them realize who is telling the truth. You understand? Who loved them the most? Do I have a child other than you two? Do I have a man that you guys know I go to and leave you just to go to that man? So now, by the time I finish bringing, you see them, they start now, oh, but their father did this, oh, but their kids, you think they don't know, they know. They start running their mouth, they say all the things that goes on when they live in their father's house. So that helps, striking the difference. I don't touch base on, I don't comment on what they tell me about that goes on in their father's house. I don't, guys. But I definitely talk about in my house, how do we live? How is living? How do we do things? How do you feel about this? So eventually they start striking. Okay, when we are with daddies, they try, and those conversations, if the two of them, I pretend blind ears to it. I pretend I don't hear it, but that's what my clarification about what happens under my roof to them did, is to help them to think out of the box. Help them realize fact versus lies, versus brainwashing, versus manipulation. You understand? There was another instance also. They were told that, oh, I took the father, the alienator, told the kids, I took you guys to Ghana and you were starving and I came to give you food. Guess what? In my brain, he confused the kids, because you telling the kids that you were the one that took them to Ghana, and then you again, they were starving in Ghana and you again brought them food, make things complicated and plenty in their brain. You know why? In how I understood that conversation that he had with the kids is that he was trying to get the kids to believe that I dumped them in Ghana and he brought them food. And when the targeted parent did that, he brought them food in Ghana. You understand? That is truly what he wants to present to them. But he also don't want, because my kids want to go to Ghana, they want to visit their mom, their family. They have been in Ghana before, they love it. They want to see their family in Ghana. So whatever conversation they are having, I don't know. So he wants them to believe that he is not the one that is preventing them from seeing their family in Ghana. But because he has sent them before, and even when he sent them, they were starving and he brought them food. That is a lie, total lie. I took my kids to Ghana in a very like very expensive environment, very structured environment. They were benefiting academically, morally, socially, everything, because I was in the final semester of nursing school and I needed that last minute help. He called the school and told the school that, hey, I'm Dr. Parry. And he pollute me to them, destroy me to them, change the perception about me to them. And now he wants to do the same to their kids. You understand? What I did in this situation was not to even address the negativity. I brought out pictures of me and them in clothes, different clothes going to Ghana. The date and the time was on there. I brought out pictures of me and the kids coming from Ghana, the date and the time. Those days you use camera, you don't have this selfie plenty like that. 2011, 2012. And this is the pictures. So who is on the plane with you? Who went to Ghana with you? Did you go to Ghana by yourself? Were you in Ghana without proper distance? I also showed them pictures of them on children vehicles, children cars, well, their clothes. Even in Ghana, they went to Menchia Palace on a flight from Accra to Kumasi and back. Do you know how much that cost me as a parent? You have no idea. I would go any mile, spend any amount for quality life for my children, productive life for my children. So I had all these pictures. Even there is more pictures right now at the school's website of my children. I showed them all these pictures. I showed them eating, like the quality life my kids had in Ghana. I show it to them. Oh, so mom, it's you that took us to Ghana, but it doesn't look like we're starving, but we're even having fun. I showed them my little big one's graduation from kindergarten, all those things. What this did is change, flip all of a sudden the lie that they have been told. Flip it. You see what you do as a targeted parent? Keeping records is very important. Keeping records is very, very vital. Keeping records is very important as a targeted parent. The kids can get older and you will not be able to explain the opportunity ever to relate with them like I have, and they will hate you for their whole lifespan. You having emails, text messages, even if the phone is old, save them. Now you can even back up your text messages and just go to the email and see. They will see all these years of emails, text messages to you, from you, calls you placed to them that were never given to them or showed to them. It's very important, guys. It's very important. So you do not keep quiet in terms of badmouthing you and lies against you. Use specific information. There was another lies that my kids came and they said, oh, that said that when we're little, the little one have a poopy diaper and I never changed it and he did. You know what I did? We went to YouTube. We watched a video about family responsibility. We watched videos. There is tons of information out there. Responsibility as a father, responsibility as a mother, responsibility as a family unity, as a family unit. How do you call it? Teamwork as a family. Everybody's role they have to play. By the time we finish watching that video, my son asked a question. But even if that changed my diaper, Mom, are you not both our parents? So what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that, Mom? Even if that changed our diaper, what is wrong with that? But they did. Look at them husband. He's helping the wife to clean up. He's doing this. He's doing that. So these videos enforces their brain, enforces the positive, helps them to contrast versus the positive, the truth versus the false. You understand? I think this is very important for me to bring these things to you, because you know what? There is a child out there that is stuck right now with an alienator in this COVID 19 lockdown. There is a child out there right now that went on a visit with the targeted parent and is stuck. And you, the targeted parent, have this strange relationship with the child. How do you cope in this this situation? I was telling you guys of an instance last year where my son called me the B word. On top of that, turned around, called the police. I went to pick him up and he refused to come with me. And he said, I don't want to come to you. I only came to you because dad said he needs a break. So I said, oh, so even after all your insults of me, I still don't say I need a break from you. I still want you to come to me, right? So think about it. Who truly love you? You have to think about it. I don't have to strike the difference for you. When the abuse gotten hiked up on him, when the alienator turned 360 on him and he had nowhere to go, he realized quick. You understand? All you have to do is to be consistent. So let them experience your undiluted love, undiluted parenting. Be a parent. Be there. Be available to them. Okay? So these are some of the things I said I did in terms of badmouthing and the lies and that are being told about me. You understand? The second point is encourage your child or your children to speak to you directly. Parental alienation functions like a cult. The alienating parent isolates the child from the targeted parent. So they only hear the alienating parent's skewed reality and come to believe that as the truth. How do you combat that? Tell your child to come to you if they have questions about anything they have heard about you or something they believe about you that worries them. That's what I do with my kids. I ask them, is there something you want me to change that will help us have a better relationship? Is there something you don't like? And sometimes they would say things that I yell at them or this or that. Then I say, okay, when I told you to wash the dishes, did you do it? When I told you to do this, did you do it? How many times did I do that? So when I said it once, 2, 3 times and you didn't do it, then what happens? It gets frustrating, it gets annoying to me, then I have to yell. You see, so when you don't want me yell, help me not to yell. So you help me, I help you. You see, so reality. Get them to see the reality. This is life. You can do nothing about it. Okay? You can do nothing about it but to help them realize facts and reality. You see, all children need to learn to speak to parents directly instead of using the other as a go-between, rather than going to one parent to ask for an explanation or be a go-to person, go-between person. They have to ask them, if you have any question, come to me. If you have any need, you have something that needs clarification, come to me directly. Okay? Your child might not believe you, but at least they are getting the opportunity to hear your side of the story. A story which might seem more unreasonable to them today. But as they mature and develop critical thinking skills, it will become meaningful. You see, a story that will not make sense to them today, but as they grow up, as they mature, it will all come together. So it is important to not let go of the lies, the badmouthing. Always clarify, but clarify in the healthy way. Use healthy examples, most important, keep records, memories that will bring their life to reality in front of them. Okay? Next point is manage your emotional reactivity. It's normal to feel angry, to feel scared, to feel frustrated, to feel defensive when you are continually being insulted and slandered by an ex who cannot manage his emotion or her emotion. But it's important that you do your best to manage your own emotions when you are around the kids. You see that? If your ex tells your children you are scary and then you act scary, what happens? It only emphasizes, it enforces what they are being told. So be mindfulness. Be mindful of you, who you are, your emotions, how you respond to situations that is related to this ongoing vicious cycle of alienation. It will get to a time where you may need therapy. Seek it if you do. If you need help with coping, get therapy. Hey, here's some people I always recommend group therapy, because you're going to hear how other people coped, and that makes you feel like, oh, I'm not alone in this. Okay? Yes, we talk about therapy. Some people go do exercises, journaling, be journaling, writing a journal, have a journal, write all the events. And sometimes at some point the kids probably will read them. And repeat this, cycle. It's very, very helpful. I'm telling you, these things are very helpful. I've been there and I'm telling you they are helpful. So listen, and if you are in such a situation, please try and take some of these points home with you. Continue reaching out. You have no idea how many times I was denied access to my kids. I was talking about this in one of my videos where I even had a record for I had a state record for misuse of telephone, because my kids I'm supposed to see them. They don't give me access to them. The alienator don't give me access to them. I'm supposed to hear from them every night. That wasn't happening. So every now and then I'll call the police, the non-emergent police phone line, to check on them. One of my videos, or in some of my videos, probably you know this already. And I had a state docket for doing that. I would not stop reaching out, guys. Look at where I am today. I don't have to reach out. Whether they are there, whether I reach out or not, the kids know I love them. If my kids have to go forever today, and I'm not in contact, they don't see me, they forever know that they have one parent that really loves them. They have a mother, not one parent, but they do have a mother that truly, truly loves them and will do anything for the sake of them, and will do anything that is in their best interest. They know that. It's a feeling, it's a relationship, because I have allowed them to experience this relationship. I have allowed them to experience this relationship. You understand? Emails, I was talking about that. Birthday presents, send it. I went to my son's school one time with a surprise birthday gift and stuff like that, and they won't let me have access with them. My little son, when he was very little, I used to go to his school on a surprise, like all the time. I'll call his school, hey, I don't know if I said it already, and be like, hey, what is his lunch break? By the time you see, I'm there. So these are the memories they have. These are the things they have, don't stop reaching out. Don't stop contacting. Don't stop. This is what is going to these are your evidences to help them when they grow up, and one day you have the opportunity to come face to face to them. That is for those who goes a whole life cycle without having to be allowed to bond with your kids. You understand? So maintain contact with your children. We talk about that. Visitation, have a visitation plan. If they are refusing, don't stop. Like I did, I go to my son's school. One person's school, the teachers will prevent me. I will go. Can you imagine? I'll go and they will tell me, oh, let's call Mr. Parra and see if it's okay for him to allow you to see the kids. And lo and behold, they will come by and say, oh, Mr. Parra said you can see him. You can interrupt his class. You can do this, you can do that. Okay, tell me his break time. Let me be there. No. Mr. Parra said you can't come to the school. On the other hand, I have a child whose teachers are not enablers. They helped a lot, and my son have those memories. he has those memories. And the good thing is, when he goes, so during that period, even it got to a point where the kids were thinking I love one over the other. But it got to a point where he became like 10 years, 11 years coming, he realized that it's not me. Because he realized that his teachers prevent me. And they always say they want to reach out to his father. I didn't have to do it because the teacher does this nonsense in front of the child. There was an event where parents were supposed to go. They didn't tell me. And guess what happened? Another neighbor of my ex-husband went, because his child also went to the same school with my big son, my eldest son. And guess what? The school, not only did they prevent me from coming, the father didn't go. And now my child is lonely and isolated and bored, sad. So they asked this other parent, a neighbor of my ex-husband, to go talk to my son and make him feel like he was there also because of him. You see what parental alienation does? My son's graduation, promotion ceremony from elementary school to middle school, the alienator didn't show up. He didn't come. Yet, I was lucky enough to have for the child to be with me that day, that week. So I was there with him, well dressed, he received his promotion certificate and all that. He was all glowing and all smiling and all excited that I was there. Not only was I there, I was there with a couple of friends of mine, neighbor of mine, and that makes him feel so important. Come and see him. He introduced everybody to his classmates. Oh, this is my mom, this auntie such and such, this auntie this auntie this. Do you know how how much that meant to my son? Till today, he never stopped talking about those events. And when all the ceremony, everything was done, closed up, everybody was getting in their cars, vehicles, that's when the alienator showed up. So you see what alienated, they are not people that care truly about the kids. They are not available for the kids, but they also engage in altering the otherwise healthy relationship for a parent that is available to be a parent to these children. You see, now, after all said and done, the most important in this whole process for you, the targeted parent, to know and keep these records is that recognizing signs and symptoms of parental alienation. Recognizing signs of symptoms is very important because it helps you to know what's going on and to take actions to resolve it. It is important that you know the signs. One of the key things is knowing the signs. You understand? And you have to find out, is your child exhibiting certain behaviors that usually they haven't been exhibiting? Does your ex do things like not tell your child that you called? Are you purposefully not told about school events or your child's sporting events so that you never have a chance to go? Does your ex badmouth you in front of your kids to the extent that your child is reluctant or scared to spend time with you? These types of situations can signal the presence of parental alienation. You understand? So knowing the signs is important. You call, your child says he or she wasn't told you called. You send it. Did you see the text message I told you when you're coming prepared for this? That did your mom show it to you? Did your dad show it to you? No. You don't say nothing, but in your brain, these are indications that your son or your daughter is going through parental alienation. It's being used. Children who experience, we have understanding the impact. So you have to recognize the signs. You have to understand the impact of parental alienation. Understanding the impact is important because children who experience parental alienation may become increasingly alienated until the child is completely out of the parent's life. Being severed from their other parent is in this way can lead to feelings of mistrust, lack of attachment. I want to talk about attachment disorder soon. Anxiety and depression that can leave a lifelong mark on all their relationships, including their own marriages. You see the effect? Understanding that parental alienation can have a lifelong effect on your child. It affects trust, it causes trust issues, paranoid situations. Yes, people are there and always think. I had a situation recently where I had somebody I was helping and always thought somebody was talking about them. Being paranoid, having attachment disorder, having anxiety and depression can be stuck with a child for lifelong. These are things we need to be mindful of. Get therapists involved if you do need to. If you get to that point where you need a therapist, I will always say get a therapist involved. Sometimes for the child, it helps. It helps the child to know. Like I said, I will always advocate for group therapy because it will, imagine putting your child in the midst of a group of teenagers and everybody is coming from a broken home and they are talking about their situation. Can you imagine how much that will have an effect on them? They will know they are not alone, and they will also learn that this is what I did in this situation. This is what I did when I was going through that. This is what I did, and that will help them with their mood, with their coping skills. Okay, guys? Get the papers filed in the court. Like I will say, the courts are not for you, and I will insist on that, and I will continue to say that the courts are not for you because you know what? A targeted parent like me who can keep calm, who is frustrated, who is angry, who is so dying for the best for the kids, can't compose themselves, can't sit down calmly and watch these judges talk and hear the alienating parent lie, and go on with their lies and remain calm. It is something I will encourage you to do, but it is a hard thing to do. I was there, I couldn't do it, and that gives a different impression of you. That makes the court think that, oh, maybe what they are saying is true, because each time I want to jump in and counteract and say what they are saying is not true, what the alienator is saying is not true. And that can go a long way to hurt you there. One that is telling the truth, you that is the targeted parent. You understand? Do not retaliate. No. Do not retaliate. And as upset and angry as you may be with your ex for attempting to alienate your children against you, do not attempt to retaliate or seek revenge against them. By reacting in anger, you are proving your ex's point that you are unstable and unfit to be a caring and nurturing parent to your children. Guys, I was that parent. I wasn't retaliating, but it is a hard thing for me to deal with, knowing for a fact that the kids are not having good care under him. Their education is under the line. Their emotion, like hygiene. Oh my God! If I show you how I get my kids sometimes. If I show you shoes they wear, clothes, shoes are flipped. Sometimes teachers will even use duct tape to tape them. Then you go to court and they are lying on top of it, and you are expected to be calm and act like everything is normal. It is a hard thing to do. But I'm telling you, as a victim, as a survivor, it didn't help my case. When you get upset in the court and whilst you're trying to put your point across, whilst they are lying about you and you want to defend your points, defend what they are saying, sometimes it can get them to believe that. Can you imagine having to deal with this for 10 years? And you go to court and still, and the kids are aging, and their education is having problems. They are not having full potential. They are not living life to their full potential. and you are hurting and you are frustrated about that. And then you go to court, and that is not even the issue of concern to the alienator. The alienator rather want to address the fact that you want to have access to the kids. He want to lie, different things. You go to the kids' school, you do this, you do that. And not talk about nothing concerning the kids' care, their upkeep, nothing. But the judge, the court, the system expects you to remain calm, else they will believe his lies or her lies. So that's what they are saying. Remaining calm, your mannerism, your mood, your responses. When the alienator is lying, the expectation is you stay quiet, you stay put, and listen to all the BS and take it all in and come out graceful and say, yes, Your Honor, I know he said this and that, but no, I can't do that. And trust me, that has hurt me. So I'm bringing it to you. The court wants you to stay calm whilst putting your points across. Else, they will believe the lies that you are not stable. Okay? What has helped me is stability. Being able to provide stability for myself and for the kids. Look at me. I don't have to beg for food. I don't have to beg for shelter. If you're a targeted parent and you don't have stable place to bring the kids to, you don't have stable income, trust me, you are doomed. You will never recover from it, because that alone is an indication that you are not fit to provide for your kids. Okay? Now, seek the help of a good lawyer. Yes, most of people would do it. The lawyers are costly, expensive. Trust me, the money I paid in lawyers is more than money I need to pay to Maryland College Fund for both of my kids. Maryland College Fund, if you have $46,000, you will pay for your if you have it and give to pay towards into the Maryland College Fund right now, your child will go to any institution in Maryland for 4 years free. It's not free, but you pay now to in preparation for that. Versus if they are actually in the school now, you know how much you'll be paying. You pay more than 2 times of that. Maybe. The money I have paid to lawyers, we're not talking about $100,000. We're not talking about $100,000. I have paid and paid and paid because I will do anything for the best of my kids, for them to have stability, and knowing that how can a parent even have his kids and they sleep somewhere else and he sleeps somewhere else? The lawyer said, don't take pictures. The lawyers said, don't stop taking the kids' videos. So you really think the legal system will help you? No. Having a better coping mechanism, a better strategy to make sure your relationship with the kids is still ongoing and enhanced is what will make things better. Whatever the situation, do not lose sight of what the most important is. That is your children, their health, their well-being, and their best interest. Be patient. It's hard. Be patient. Yes, we all need that, guys. We need that. I need it, guys. I need it. I need a lot of patience. Rebuilding your relationship with your children is a marathon. It's ongoing. I'm there. It is ongoing. You think we are good, we have a lovely relationship, we laugh, we crack jokes. Yes, we do that. But the effects do surface sometimes, and you will see it. So it is a lifelong marathon. It's ongoing. We're working on it. You can too. It could take years, even into their adulthood, before you see your efforts pay off. It can go all the way to their adulthood before you see the effect of what you are doing, your consistency, you making them experience the true parent that you are, becomes evident. before you see the outcome. In the meantime, focus on your intention to reconnect and try to let go of the worrying about the outcome. Whilst it's ongoing, don't worry about the outcome. Just worry now about the efforts you're going to make to rebuild that relationship, the things you're going to do, the vacations you're going to take, the activities you're going to do with them, the bonding. Go out in the park with them, do activities, watch it, dance with them. Hey, play music with them, Like me, I have a child that is just like me. We dance, he sings, and the other one can stand us when we are singing. He say, oh, here they go again. But it's not like he's hateful. No. He's like, oh my God, really? Are you guys starting this again? And we are all there. So whilst me and one person are singing, we have similar songs that we like, and we are dancing. One person sits there and video and like, oh my God, like really? Like seriously? So are you guys doing this again? And we are all having fun together. So we like, okay, now you are going to play your song. Then since you don't like what we play, you are going to play yours, and let's see how it. Oh my God. So he's like this jazz person, songs that don't have words to it. I want the words, I want the rhythm, I want the beats, right? And keep moving, right? And he just want to be sitting down like in a live show, listening to this jazz and somebody playing this instrument, and you see he's been doing this, and I'm like, where are the words? Where are the words, son? Where are the words? And he's like, oh, he love it. Oh, he love it and enjoys it, and his moods will light up, and that's all that matters, guys. So whilst we are working on this, try to focus on the things you can do, guys. Thank you for another episode. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for your subscription. If you are new, this again is Mamle Yoko Godwins. Thanks for being on my channel. Thanks for visiting. Keep visiting, guys. Don't stop. Keep sharing. Please share my videos if you want to. It's not compulsory, but you can share. You can change somebody's life. And don't forget to watch my other videos of parental alienation, the introduction of EPA, the targeted tactics 101, tactics 102, alienating behaviors. Watch all my videos, guys. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you again in the next episode. This is EPA Worldwide, educating public on parental alienation.